honestly, I think a lot of technologists really underestimate the importance of subjective opinions. And so one of the really unique things about what we do is we don't just look at objective facts, right? We don't just look at, is this account an IRA? How old is the customer? We try to get a picture that includes subjective things like, well, what's their investment philosophy? What's their subjective risk tolerance? What are their subjective opinions about what's going on? I think it's very natural for a client who's got significant assets to be thinking about, hey, I live in the real world. How's the real world affecting my savings, my life savings? That is not something to be ignored or put down. I think it's important that technological solutions embrace that. And so, and yet, to an astonishing degree, most technology, automation, and wealth management just doesn't care about subjective stuff. And I think that's absolutely wrong. Sometimes you get into these conversations and people say, yeah, but what if the client's wrong? Well, what if the client is wrong, right? What if you're wrong? Like, we can all be wrong. And the reality is, if the client has concerns and they are subjective and you poo-poo them, you ignore them, they're probably going to just find someone else who's actually listening to them. And you will not get a chance to be right. You will not get a chance to help them. And so it's important. It's always been important to us that our technology cares about the objective facts, but as well as subjective opinions, because that's really important to building a rapport with a client, to really addressing a client. Honestly, within the wealth management industry, the right portfolio, and I say right in quotes, right, air quotes, the right portfolio is probably only 20% of the value proposition. 80% of the value proposition is listening to your client, understanding how to explain what you're doing to the client, and adapting what you're doing to the client so that you actually are listening and being responsive to their needs.